What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Motivation Monday. How you guys doing? If you're just joining us for the first time, we've had a lot of new people join recently. We just want to say welcome. We do Motivation Mondays every single Monday to get all up in your head and help you just kind of walk through, deal with, manage, and improve one of the most important things you can possibly do in your journey and your quest to counteract MS, and that is to strengthen your mind. Is to adopt a better mindset, train yourself to actually win on the battlefield of mind, because let's face it, from a neurologic standpoint, MS it affects your brain, and from a physical standpoint, it affects your brain and your body, and from an emotional standpoint, it affects your brain and your body and your spirit and your soul and everything else around you. It's a lifelong, life infiltrating situation. And so, we're here to walk you through it and to lead you through it. So the title of today hits a really emotional button in me, because the title is about letting you know that it's okay to be strong and be fragile at the same time. So I know that a lot of my messages come from a place of battle, of strength, of really kind of setting your mindset into resisting and rebelling and completely rewriting everything that you've been told. Last week's Motivation Monday was a freaking firestorm, man. I was completely in a place where it was all about strength and boldness and authority and coming across or coming at, being aggressive and being aggressively attacking MS, aggressively attacking all the lies and all of the rejection and all of the crap that you guys have been told about what your future with MS looks like. But there's an equal and opposite side of the coin that is just as powerful as getting fired up, as getting aggressive, as getting into into game time mode and being like, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna come at you, I'm coming at you, I'm coming at you. There's a time and a place, and there's a time and a place. It is necessary for you to be in a place where you can fully receive, accept, and step into being strong. And at the same time, when it is necessary to be, it's necessary. There's times that are necessary to be strong, but there's also times where it's necessary to receive and step into a place where you're like, I'm just kind of broken today. I'm just kind of beat up today. I'm exhausted, man. I know you want me to fight, but today, I don't have a lot of fight in me. Today, my legs aren't working right. Today, I had my husband say he's sick of taking care of me. This isn't what he signed up for. Today, I had my kids look at me and I could see it on their face when I had to stay home again, and they went off and rode their bikes. Today, I left my neurologist and I went in there with flags flying for the MS gym, ready to be excited about how well I'm doing and how great I'm doing, and my mindset's strong and I'm feeling good, and I got no reaction from my neurologist. I think I think that what's worse than being told that you're wrong is being told nothing. For me, you get all excited about something and you come home, or you want to tell someone that you're trying to show that you want their acceptance, you want their approval, you want them to be like, oh my gosh, you're killing it. When you show up and you tell them about your dream, or something like a dream you've had, or something that you created, or something that happened that day that really moved you, and you tell the person that you really want to impact and you want them to join in that experience with you, and there's nothing. There's no reaction. There's apathy. There's aloofness. There's no connection. That sucks. I think that's worse than somebody being like, no, you didn't. No, you can't. No, you shouldn't. No, you won't, because all that does is when you go in and talk to someone that's against you, that just fires you up to prove them wrong. That just fires you up to be like, I'm going to show you how great I am. I'm going to show you that I'm greater than MS. I'm going to show you that I can live a life by design. And I'm taking your diagnosis and being like, boop, get out of my life. But when someone is apathetic, it hurts. When someone doesn't get involved in your life, it's painful. When someone that you really want approval for and that you really want participation from, like I said, just kind of is like, oh, that's cool. Anyway, oh my gosh, like how lonely do you feel? So we all go through these points in our life, you guys, where we are strong. We are rebellious. We are violent. We are attacking. We are getting after something. We are ambitious. We are driven. We are focused. We are committed. We are in it to win it. It's go time. But then, in order for those go times to have that much more magnitude and that much more impact in your life, it is necessary to also allow yourself to be vulnerable, to be fragile, and to break every now and then. It's necessary. It's needed. From a neurologic standpoint, it's actually healthy to cry, to cry, to what's it called? like pull into, like go inside yourself, become introverted. I can't think of the freaking word. When you like go in your room and you should isolate yourself, to kind of just take yourself out of the scene, to just disappear for a while. Step away from the noise, step away from the crowd, step away from the excitement, and just go be. That word's going to come to my head. I can't think of it right now. Anybody can help me out, help me out. When you withdraw from all your normal activities and you just go and you separate yourself. Because it's important to have time to process your world without a lot of input. But here's the thing, you guys, that in order to do that, in order to truly, truly allow yourself and actually feel stronger because you can be weak, feel more healed because you can break, feel more durable and strong because you are fragile, you have to have a safe place to do it. And a lot of times, we don't. A lot of times in this society, especially in the westernized world, there is such a pressure to never show your weakness. There's such a pressure to never show your vulnerability. There's such a pressure to put on your finest and dab up and do your thing. I'm good, yo, check me out. And put up this persona that you have it together all the time. That you got your crap together all the time. That your house is in order all the time. Your finances are together all the time. Your health is together all the time. Your medical plan is together. Your family is together. Your faith is together. Your fitness is together. Your kids are together. There's just this pressure to always be on. And especially with the rise of social media, oh my gosh, the ability and the permission and the celebration of being broken and being vulnerable and being weak at some points, that necessary part of us as human beings is completely shunned and mocked and made fun of and looked down upon. And that sucks. While you're trying to figure out where you are, what the heck's going on, who you're becoming, and what all of this craziness means, you're not allowed to do so publicly. You're not allowed to do so in front of your family members because it makes them feel uncomfortable, or it makes people worry about you, or it makes people concerned, or it messes up their flow, or they don't want to be associated with a broken person. Shameful. that you're making somebody in your life feel like that. Because here's the thing with MS, you guys, you're not going to have, every day is not going to be a championship day. Every day is not going to be a win. You may actually have a completely winning season for a while, and then your body may go and your brain may go through a point where it's trying to process and it's trying to take you up a notch. And so therefore it needs to slow you down while it's going forward. While it's processing, it's going to slow you down. So therefore it's going to feel like you have some losses, but you're actually not. And today I want to give you permission to feel bummed out, defeated, weakened, tired, fatigued, a little bit discouraged. But I need you to know that behind the background of your body not working so great, there may be amazing neurologic changes happening. Just think about it, right? So as you go up in school, does it get easier? As you go to higher and higher grades in your education level, does it get easier? No. If it did, why would you need teachers? Why would you need educators? Why would you need professors? Because a first grader who's doing math and a PhD candidate doing math, way different ballgame. And the thing is that educators go into the field of education because they love to teach. Here's the thing, if no one ever needed help, and no one never needed instruction, and no one ever struggled, then what the heck is the purpose of becoming an educator? What the heck is the purpose of becoming someone who teaches something so that somebody else can learn, grow, develop, and become the person that they're supposed to become? There would be no point. So what that shows through the process of learning is that we will go through periods of mastery and we will go through periods of massive frustration, challenge, and struggle. But without that frustration, challenge, and struggle, your bad days, you will never actually appreciate the fact, realize the fact, or embrace the fact that you've reached new levels of mastery, new levels of accomplishment, new levels of dreams actualized, and new levels of purpose in your life. But again, in order for you to have the emotional, psychological, spiritual, physical, and relational space to actually reflect, actually take the time to stop, and actually have other people tell you how good you are doing and give you feedback, help, and assistance, you need to have the right home. You need to have the right space. You need to have the right family, and you need to have the right environment in order to make that happen. What I just described is my definition of family. My definition of family, the environment of a family, is welcoming, it is understanding, it is accepting, it is empowering, and it is loving. That is what the MS Gym is. That is what has been created here. It was started by Misty and I. It has been brought to fruition by you all. So let's break that down a little bit. Let's give a little contrast to start. What is the typical MS narrative? We talked about it last week. You're not good enough. You're not strong enough. You're not worthy enough to invest time in. Don't get your hopes up. Keep your expectations low. You realize that there's no cure. You realize this is progressive. So prepare yourself for the worst. Basically, the MS narrative, from what many of you have been told by the experts out there, or by your family, or by your friends, or by the community at large, the media at large, is that you need to stop being who you're supposed to be. You need to stop being who you once dreamed of becoming, because it's just not that possible anymore, because you have a neurologic condition. So I don't want you to get your hopes up too much, because then you're going to be more disappointed. I'm watching out for you. bull hockey, bull shoey, bull shoopy, bull whatever you want to call it. Not true. The only reason why people try to lower your expectations is so that they don't have to go through watching you be disappointed, watching you struggle, and watching you have to be challenged and fight for something, because literally it makes them feel uncomfortable. Trust me, I've lived through it, and I'm still living through it. One of the most painful things that can happen is when you realize that the environment and the relationships that once defined you and that you were once part of are no longer welcoming, are no longer understanding, accepting, empowering, and loving over who you are right now as an MS gym athlete, someone who is committed to a vision of improving themselves. Regardless of what it may look like on the outside, you are winning on the inside. You are taking an intrinsic, internal journey into becoming someone who you were told you could never become, and you're doing it by means of movement and mindset. And the only way for the external world to view your progress is to see whether your leg is lifting better or not. Oftentimes, you're not heard. Oftentimes, you're not understood. Oftentimes, you're not accepted. You're also not encouraged, empowered, or loved by the vision and the words and the mindset that is coming out in communication. People don't understand it because they have never gone through it. They've never challenged themselves to create a vision for their life, so that when you speak a vision, when you speak a project, when you speak hope and you speak optimism, and you're like, yes, I'm going to overcome this gigantic giant in front of me, those people have more than likely have never been there, so they're not going to understand you. So that forces you, and it forces you into this point of feeling guilty about being broken and about having this vision, because these people impose their opinions, their beliefs, and their expertise on you in order to keep you in a place that makes them feel comfortable. And there's no way to thrive there. You have got to be allowed to be strong, and you've got to be allowed to be weak and fragile in equal proportions if you are in a community that will allow you to thrive, a family that will allow you to accomplish your dreams, realize your purpose, and go after the vision for your life. So listen to these words. You want to be in a family where you are welcomed. You want to be in a family where everyone's standing there with arms wide open and be like, I'm so glad you're here. I can't wait. I couldn't wait to see you. I couldn't wait to talk to you today. I couldn't wait to share my day with you. I couldn't wait to share my victory with you. I couldn't wait to share my struggle with you, because I like you. I feel safe with you. You're my people. I get you. And I want you in here because I feel awesome in here, so therefore I want you to feel as awesome as I do. Regardless of whether I'm having a bad day or a good day, I want to welcome you into my family, and I hope that if once you leave my house, you feel better than when you came in. That is being welcomed. And I don't care who you are, every single person on this planet wants to feel welcomed. Because when you don't feel welcome in some place, it's really uncomfortable. You feel it, you know it, and you want to get away from it as quickly as possible. Everybody intrinsically inside of us as humans have a deep need for belonging. And that leads us to the next word, understanding. The mark of a really strong family and a really strong relationship is that you ask questions to seek understanding. There is nothing, I learned this from my dad. He was one of the only, and has been and remained one of the only people in my life that I've watched model truly asking someone, how are you doing? And then sitting there and waiting for a response. He was truly invested in wanting to know how someone was doing, how their business was going, how their family was going, how their hobby was going, whatever it was. And I watched him from a little kid. And I asked him one time, like, Dad, why do you always ask people like how they're doing? Like, you're one of the only ones who does it. And he looked at me and he goes, because it makes me feel awesome when someone asks me that, and I can actually tell that they are asking me because they want to know. It doesn't happen a lot in life, son. So when I ask someone how they are, I mean it. When I shoot someone a text message, I mean it. When I say I'm going to pray for someone, I actually write out the entire prayer that I send them so that they knew that I actually took the time to write the words back to them and know that it wasn't just some trite greeting. One of the saddest things about the American culture is that other families and other cultures, other nationalities come here and they ask this question. I've heard this from a ton of people. Why do Americans ask, how's it going? How's your day going? Good morning, how you doing? And then they just keep walking and it's like they don't even care. Why do they even ask in the first place? If someone really wants to know what's going on with you, they sure as heck better sit there and listen. And I want you to have a family that sits there and listens to you and asks questions of you and seeks to understand why you are where you are, who you are, or why you are who you are, and what it is that you're wanting to do so that we can best accommodate you. We can best be there for you. We want to know how to best be there for you. That's important. The third characteristic of a solid, healthy family is being accepted right where you're at today. Good day, bad day, skeptical, sold out, positive, negative, broken, healed, strong, weak. Whatever your lifestyle is, whatever your history is, whatever pain you've been through, you need to seek out a family and embrace the relationships where you are accepted today right where you're at. You're accepted today because of where you've come from, and you're accepted today because of you're accepted today because of where you're going. One of the most hurtful things on this planet is when someone creates expectations, whether high or low, and then expects you, forces you, imposes you, manipulates you into meeting their expectations of who you should be, who you once were, and who you're becoming. And do not allow you the space, the freedom, and the opportunity to change, grow, develop, and become someone that you know that you're supposed to become, that they don't even know because you outgrew them. Or you grew in a direction that was different than how they've always known you. For me, as a coach and your leader, one of the worst things that I could possibly do is put this expectation so high that says the only way that you're going to heal is by working out 3 hours a day, never eating another cookie in your life, never getting stressed out, and your marriage, and your kids, and your job. Go live on an island, go live in a car somewhere, go live in the woods by yourself, never talk to anybody else. That's the only way that you can heal. That's the only way that you're going to be able to counteract MS. For to put those expectations on you and then to shame you, condemn you, and make you feel like crap because you will never be able to attain that level is an absolute sin of leadership. And I would never do that to you. And I would really start to take a look around you for anybody in your life that imposes their opinion, their will, their memory, or their expectations on you, and you need to distance yourself from them. Again, I would never say just boom, kick them to the curb, because a lot of times that's not possible. But it may mean that you don't let them in to your dream. You don't discuss all the good things going on with you because you know that they're going to try to steal your energy. You know that they're going to try to crush your dreams. You know that they're going to try to push you down and keep your expectations low, because by you increasing your expectations, optimism, power, light, and strength, they may not know how to deal with that new you. So you got to find a family that's accepting of you today for exactly who you are today and where you're going tomorrow, and not anchor you down to who you've been in the past. The fourth expectation of the family needs to be empowerment. There's a time to be strong, and there's a time to be fragile. And it's in those fragile moments of brokenness and weakness where the family that you surround yourself with becomes strongest. Because in your points of fragileness, brokenness, and weakness, it's the people that you surround yourself with that are truly your family that will pick you up, that will put you on a freaking gurney if needed, and carry you where you need to go, carry you back into the light, carry you back into positive thinking, carry you through those dark times. And don't just be like, oh, sorry, that sucks, you went through that, but that's an inconvenience to me, or I didn't sign up for this. Like, let me know, like, how it's going. Like, you know, let me know if you need anything, but then when you do reach out, they're never there. Or they try to give you an opinion and be like, well, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, or give you some trite answer like, all things happen for a reason, when you don't know the reason, and you feel like dying, because everything right now, you're just like, dude, I'm so tired and I just want to quit. Those stupid cliche answers don't do anything for you. You need to create an environment and seek out family and friends and relationships that when you're fragile and you're broken and you're down and you're in your pity party, they're like, dude, I'm gonna pull up a chair and I'm just gonna do this with you. Here's some tea. Here's some coffee. Here's your favorite blanket. Let me put on your favorite movie. Let me put on some Lionel Richie and just sing with you. Hello, is it me you're looking for? I just want to be with you and just sit with you and be here for you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what I think you should do. I'm not going to try to make it better, justify, or validate how you're feeling. Like, I'm just going to be here with you. And when you're ready, you let me know. And I'm going to pick you up. We're going to lock arms. And if I need to carry you over my shoulder, I will walk you back to the path that you were on because you were doing awesome. And this is just a bump in the road. It's it. It's temporary. And when you're ready, I'm here. Run away from the people that's like, okay, this is getting old. I'm tired of hearing about your MS. I'm tired of hearing about how tired you are. I'm tired of having to end a movie or end a road trip or end a family event to go home. I'm tired of hearing you're depressed. I'm tired of hearing that you're anxious. I'm tired of hearing that this, like, just to figure it out. Nah, man. Empathy and compassion. It's a learned skill. Some of us are blessed with it. Many of us have to learn it. And I'm telling you straight up, the only way that you can learn to be empathetic to someone who's broken is by having been broken yourself. The only way that you can know how to be someone that can pick someone up who's completely at such a fragile state is that you've been there yourself and you felt what it was like to have someone just come and hold you and pick you up and be like, I got you. We'll get through this. We're going to walk as slow as you need to walk. We're going to walk as fast as you need to walk, but I'm not leaving. And then step by step, as you get better and better and better, they keep giving you resources. And they keep giving you things they know that make you feel better. And they keep giving you things that they know will make you stronger. And they keep connecting you into things that you know that you've said to them that have worked in the past. That is how you get empowered. By feeling welcomed. By feeling understood. By feeling accepted. And by feeling safe to break. Because you know you can break at the feet of people who love you. And they're not going anywhere. They're in this till the end. They're in this unconditionally. They love you when you're strong, and they love you equally when you're weak and you're fragile. Which leads to number 5. All of these 4 things, the only way that a person or a community can be welcoming, understanding, accepting, and empowering all at the same time is if they are loving, unconditionally, unequivocally loving, without expectation, without exchange, without conditions, without ultimatums, without position, title, or agenda, just loving. That's the only way. So here's the final thing I want to leave you with. You need to find a family that's welcoming, that's understanding, accepting, empowering, and loving. And you have that here in the MS Gym. I know you do. I see it every day in the members' corner. I see it every day via email. I see it every day and hear of it on every call that we have with our leadership and moderator team. I saw it at Summit, and I feel it inside me every day. But here's my final thought. You can be in a family like that and still be miserable and never get strong and constantly feel alone. If you, inside of yourself, you don't welcome yourself, you don't understand yourself, you don't accept yourself, you don't empower yourself, and you don't love yourself. If you don't feel worthy of being welcomed, understood, accepted, empowered, and loved, if you don't feel if you don't feel worthy of that, and you don't receive that, you will never fully experience that. So again, it all comes down to you. It all comes down to how you think. It all comes down to how you feel. It all comes down to how you reflect. It all comes down to what you connect to, who you connect to, how you connect. Because without you saying, I'm happy to be here, I'm happy to see you, without you giving yourself a break and understanding when you're having a bad day, understanding that you have some crap from the past that you need to let go of, understanding that you have some bad habits, understanding that you're not perfect and that you will make mistakes, you will never feel welcome. You will never feel understood. Without you accepting yourself, without you meeting yourself where you're at right now, and being like, you know what? I'm having an awesome day. I had some bad days in the past, but I feel awesome today, and I'm going to feel awesome tomorrow. And then at the same time, realizing that you may have days where you're like, I feel horrible today, but I felt great yesterday, and I know I can feel good tomorrow because I felt good yesterday. I'm going to do the best I can today. I'm going to accept me where I'm at today, and I'm going to meet me where I'm at today. You will never feel accepted. Without being able to pick yourself up, dust it off, and be like, man, that was a rough month. That was a rough season. That was a rough doctor's appointment, but you know what? I got this. I'm going to go back to last week and listen to how to break the rules of MS. And I'm going to do this. I've got the resources, I've got the coaching, and I've got the community. I have everything I need. I can. If you cannot empower yourself, you will never feel empowered in an amazing family. And lastly, this word is tossed around so much, like love. If you can't love yourself, if you look at yourself and you're like, kind of love myself, nah. You got to be like, I love how I look. I love how I sound. I love the life that I have. I love the opportunities that I have. I love the people around me. And I'm not saying that you have to dismiss the fact that you have MS, you're in a chair, you feel like crap, you have symptoms, but like Misty talked about last week, and like we constantly talk about in here, what are you grateful for? What are you proud of? What is it that you've done or are doing today or plan to do in the future when you look at yourself and you be like, I would hang out with me. I got my flaws. I got my stuff, but I would hang out with me. That's how you know. That's how you know that you're actually receiving the fact that you actually do care about yourself and you do love yourself enough not to get pulled into the crap, not to be pulled into the lies, but to have enough self-belief and enough love and enough worth that you're like, I can get better, I will get better, I'm going to do everything that's possible, and I accept and receive myself every day, good or bad, because I know that I still have me, I still can move forward, and I still can be a champion. So those are the words that I want you to use to evaluate the relationship you have with yourself, the relationship you have with your family and your friends, the relationship you have with your MS groups around your support system, and the relationship that you have with your team of medical providers or specialists or whatever. If they do not fit the criteria of making you feel welcomed, understood, accepted, empowered, and loved, I think you need to take a second look at who you're surrounding yourself with. Because the people that you surround yourself with are who you become. An eagle that hangs out with ducks will become a duck and start to act like a duck, walk like a duck, smell like a duck. But a duck who hangs out with eagles will start to stand like an eagle, fly like an eagle, soar like an eagle. Because you are who you surround yourself with. So I love you guys. I appreciate you being in this family. I'm a better person because I get to be around some amazing people. I am more loving and accepting because I'm around loving and accepting people. I am more patient and calm with my family, my wife, my kids, myself, because I'm around patient and calm people. And I'm inspired to do more with my life personally and professionally because I'm around people and surrounded by people, my MS Gym athletes who constantly strive for higher and higher levels of achievement and will soar past adversity. So thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for being the Eagles in my life, team. Thank you for being the Eagles in my life, family, because all I want to do is learn how to fly and soar with you. So I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making me emotional like this. I love you. I welcome you into my life. I will ask questions to understand you. I accept you for who you are today. I have the resources and the passion to empower you to places you don't even know you can go. And from the bottom of my heart, from the deepest parts of my soul, I really do love you. Whether I've ever met you face to face, spoken a word to you, or anything. The fact that you're here, the fact that you're watching this, you have the opportunity to participate in something amazing here at the MS Gym. All you got to do is say hi, and you're on my radar. And I love you. So have an awesome day. You guys are going to rock this week, and I'm just honored that you guys are here. I'll talk to you later.